let's get to it. Oops, thing. Anyway, and today I would like to talk about my playstyle. Now, my playstyle can be described as different for some people, but one thing I know for sure is I am very aggressive, very aggressive. You know, when Berserk said he was very aggressive, I kind of laughed because he plays this build. Now, starting off from my last gaming video, this build, I talked about how it was OP, and in my mind, and respect for all people who play this build, it is quite conservative. They don't act very aggressive. I mean, Berserk only made 2 videos where he really jumped up and went into people's faces. Because otherwise, he's staying back like a good pistol should, because you run up to those people, you don't know what you're doing, then you're dead. Especially if it's a shotgun. And I just picked the wrong thing. But anyway, this build is speed, knife, or med, depending. And Kevlar. And basically it makes a pretty tanky build since it has armor. And Kevlar affects armor. And this build is quite conservative. I mean, these people who play go on massive kill streaks. It's just like, well, you use this build so I don't have much respect. I'm sorry. It's just that this build is very conservative. Now I have nothing against it as a build and it works. But I don't see how people can call it very aggressive. Because if you walk up to a shotgun like that, even though it was partially some lag, you still die. Now, I'm setting up this new computer, as you can see, and I'm still setting it up. I feel like there may be some additional programs running while I'm playing this game, which make it even more laggy than usual. So, Berserk. Give me that thing really fast. Whatever you call it, Berserk fast. There we go. And anyway. So, alright, now that we finished the talk about last video, as well as I call it OP because any person can use it, and with pistol you don't really aim because the RNG is massive, like, look at this, okay? I probably won't hit every single shot on this, okay? Look, it's moving, oh look, I kept on firing in the same place, and it already moved from that small level. And the farther away you are, the worse it is, so let's see. Let's see if I can hit that. You see it? Okay. Look. Okay, look, now I'm hitting, now I'm missing. And it's just terrible, and with a moving person, not just a stationary object, it's even harder. So that's why I call it a build that anyone can almost use immediately, because you just have to aim in the general direction. You don't have to aim and then you just hold down and press. Now, whenever I see pistol players who don't spam, who don't like just fire one shots like this and only fire when you're out in the open, I get kind of scared of, because that means they actually know how to use pistol. But this also works too, it's just more random, as I said. And I'm not even really thinking about this right now, I'm just shooting at people and hope it goes well, which mostly it does. Now I still have respect for the people who use this build, it's just an easy build to learn, easy. For shotgun it took me ages to even start doing the dashes that I can do now. And I would mess up on most of them half the time. Which is why I don't understand people who say shotgun is overpowered, because mostly the people who say that it's overpowered are being beaten by people who played hours on it. That's just how it works. Shotgun and dash can be quite good when used in like this. And that's the thing. Most people who use shotgun dash know mostly what they're doing. You see this build? I've only played it a couple times, but I've been getting, without even concentrating, just like a few kill streaks, just 3 and 5s, not much, nothing really. But the thing is, I haven't even been thinking about it, and it's just kind of easy. Now yes, it's still a good build, and I'm sure it can be used much better, much more fiercely, and I've been beaten by many people who use this build. But my entire topic of this was, you can't really call shotgun OP without calling this OP, because this takes almost no time to learn. In fact, when I was first beginning as DK Ranger, and not as my many guest years in the beginning, I used a sniper build. But one day I came across this build. A person was sort of using it, except they were using it with range, and I decided to use it. And some people were still using this build at the time, but it really hadn't entered the meta. Really, actually. But when I started to use it, I realized, I'm pretty sure my first game with it, I got like a 20 kill streak, which I thought was pretty good at the time, but that's just an example how easy this really is to learn, especially if you have a few hours in, which is why I recommend it to any new players to try this build just to learn the game mechanics for a bit, and then move on to something else. Now, I consider basically anyone who plays this build a conservative, because this build is not meant for aggression. The only thing that it may have favored in its direction is knife, and perhaps its armor. But other than that, it's quite slow. You don't want to rush into anybody, because if you do, and you saw me do that because of my shotgun habits, but each time I did that, I died. Now, of course, I probably could have avoided that quite easily if I was thinking and not lagging, but it's okay. Now, right now the game is lagging, and as I stated before, I think it may be because of something else running while I'm playing. Haven't figured it out. Like I said, it's a new computer, but it's been slightly used, so the people who use it may have some extra programs hiding out their vaults or something. And with knife on this, well, yes, there are some extremely good knife throwers, and I'm okay with knife. I mean, I'm not the best, but I can throw a knife. Just good thing it's not my team. But knife on this, you can throw whenever you want, and knife is a 3 kill. So random knife going into the place, and they're dead. Simple as that. I'd be throwing knives more often right now, but I'm lagging. But it doesn't really matter that much. But basically, whoever plays this, I consider conservative because it's not very aggressive. Zork says it's for aggression, but I disagree with him. I disagree. And now, yes, Berserk has played it with aggressively in the last two videos of his, but in the Discord he talked about how he had to take a lot of this stuff out because he really wasn't rushing up that much, and he had to clip and trim lots of it. That's because you can't always go running into people and hope you win. Not with this build, at least. You need something that's special. Now, well, yes, if they don't have Kevlar, this could be an extremely good kill, because two hits for 100. And actually, I'm pretty sure it's 3 hits if you really up close for people who have Kevlar. And I'm lagging out right now, but that's okay. But 3 hits for people who have Kevlar using this one. Now, Berserk says he's pretty aggressive, and I think he may be actually be the most aggressive player besides Phoenix, who uses this build. Phoenix is pretty aggressive with this. Oh, I can't even see what's going on. I think I'm killing people though. But enough of this build. Let's go on to what this episode was supposed to be. But I don't like to get my episodes over 15 minutes, which is why I cut it short during that one time. But look at this. I'm talking to you guys and I'm not even really thinking about it. I'm just shooting, pointing in the general direction, and hoping I win. Alright, so my playstyle. Now, I consider my playstyle to be very aggressive. I guess you could say I never take a step back. Which in a way I do, if I don't get severely injured. I mean, even at half health, I still go rushing in. And I rush anywhere. I mean, I rush a team. And I'm just generally quite aggressive. I always like to get into people's faces because usually newer players, especially whenever you get up close to them, especially with a shotgun, they start to freak out. They start freaking out, they start firing. Firing is the worst thing if you are right up close to someone, because then the bullets just go through, right? Right, so anyway, the bullets just go through. So firing is the worst thing to do, because then after you finish all your bullets, you know what happens? You gotta reload. You gotta reload. And that's when you just bring out the shotgun and shoot it. So in that regard, I'm like very aggressive. I'm always jumping at people, dashing, and my dash really is quite aggressive. I use the long dash quite a lot. So when I talk about long dash, I mean the dash where you don't dash back sometimes. Like sometimes I use the dash back, so it's where you go forward and then you quickly dash back so they can't hit you. And it's quite a good dash, I gotta say. Just a very effective way, especially if you're up close. And I sometimes do that, but not all the times. I like the long dash better because it's just a more surprise. Because to use the dash back, or the short dash where you dash back, you have to be up close so you can dash less and still dash back. I think that guy has damage. So my playstyle is very aggressive, and I like to use the game mechanics in my style. Now, if you're wondering about this, do I consider myself the best? By no means necessary. I don't consider myself the best. There are many people who have beaten me. Many people beaten me fairly, and some people have even beaten me quite badly. So I will consider myself pretty good at the game, but an extreme pro, like a straight up tryhard, I'm not as straight up tryhard. I mean, I play the game a lot, but it's more for fun, not for going tryhard. But I will consider myself quite good at the game. Okay, you didn't see any of that. So let's start showing off this build, I guess. So this is my shotgun build, which is I've spent my most hours on. Now if the lag stops, then maybe I can play a bit on this, but it doesn't seem to stop. Anyways, this is my shotgun dash build. And it's quite common. It's quite common, really, because people call it OP and then people try it, but usually they don't go out that good, because I think most of the tryhards are like, I don't know if you even know about him, but this guy is named Got This, and he's basically the definition of tryhard. Straight up tryhard. Barely ever talks. He did team sometimes, and he was quite good at the game, quite good. But he really didn't have as many hours as us, but I think he played guest a lot of the time as well. And he was quite good. Like, you'd never see these guys' dashes coming. They just happen and then you'd be dead. And I've met a lot of people who play as guests but have accounts, but they use the guests to like act like they're not so good, you know? But yeah, so I don't consider myself the best in any ways necessary. I mean, Fofo has even beaten me a couple times, and that's saying something, because most people just consider Fofo just a person who plays a lot. but his hours do account for something, as so my hours. They count to better learning of the game mechanics, as well as they really help with predicting people. Like, the more hours you play, the more play styles you see. The more play styles you see, the more hacks you see, and the better you are at the game mechanics. Of course, your stats go up, but predictability. So, what I'm talking about is sometimes I just have these crazy prediction shots, and sometimes you can, if you play this game, you can see me just shooting a sniper off into the distance, just like hitting. But I don't always hit those, of course, but sometimes I do. So what I'm saying is, the more hours you play, the more playstyles you see, and the better you are at predicting. Especially with sniper, especially if they're far away, the bullet travels slow, well, slower than you would expect. And so you can't fire straight at them, because if you fire straight at them and they are moving, then you won't hit them. So you have to predict. Now, with these hours, like me and Fofo have, you get these pretty good predictability just because of the more playstyles you see. And I remember when Fofo joined the team, like that. All he played, he was very conservative. I mean, all of his plays were, everything he did, it was with armor, everything. And that's just, he just played everything with armor. And he played a lot of medkit. In fact, one of his favorite builds, I'm pretty sure, was SMG med. He sometimes used it with dash though. And already I could see that the conservative, more kills of a how fast you play thing. So, for example, Fofo, he sometimes plays quite aggressive, but he plays also very conservative to get more kills, just a lot more kills. And that's one of the other things I was talking about. If you've seen these other YouTubers who get these insane amount of kills, Cypher X, Corrupt X, they're all named X apparently. If you see, they've edited the video a lot. Either speed it up or trim it to only show the parts where they kill. But I'm telling you, they play for hours waiting for the correct person to come up. Like sniper, like lots of armor, someone easy. No knives, they stay away from the cameras, and mostly away from the shotgun. And they just put on a ton of armor and use it with care. And I consider that build very conservative, very conservative. They stray away from the strong or the people with knife for good reasons. If they want kills and they want to keep their kill streak, then they gotta go away from the people who can kill them. So they put on a ton of armor, which makes them super slow and very susceptible to knives. I mean, one well-placed knife and that Corrupt X video you never saw, or that Cypher X. Which is why I mean, it's cool watching those videos where they get an extreme amount of kill streaks, but it would be extremely boring to do so myself. I would just, in fact, I think I tried it when I was a guest, like I was saying. I played as a guest quite a long time ago when the game came out. But I would just find that extremely boring. I mean, it just looks boring, going around slowly picking off the weak until you have 100 kills or something. And then just being so slow, just super slow. And I bet it takes some skill to dodge those knives and stay away from the people who can kill you. But other than that, it's just staying in spawn, the spawn zones, I guess, and killing those people who don't have anything. Nah, I should have thrown that. But let's talk a bit more about my playstyle. So, let's see. How would I explain my playstyle? Now, it's very aggressive, of course. And of course, I also use the game mechanics to my ability. I mean, knowing them better than most people can really play a good part of this. Knowing the range of most things. Which is why I love it when people are like, how did you do that? How did you know? Because it's better when you can see the shotgun pellets. because then you can tell if you can survive it or not. Of course, you're missing 2 swords, better or not. Alright, this guy's spinning from every shot, guys. He's a pro. What do? He's a pro. I've done that a couple times, just spinning at the other side. It sometimes looks intimidating, and at the same time quite stupid. Can't quite tell which is the one. But dash, I use dash frequently, especially with this build, because dash is just a well-rounded thing. I mean, you can run with it, you can hide from it, kill enemies with it, escape with it. You can get into places where other people can't. And one of my favorite dashes is where you dash into this block, because if you're well in the block, they can't hit you, which makes it quite overpowered sometimes. But that's only if people know how to use it. And it's quite hard to get into the block. Like, it took me about an hour to, like, every single time hit the block, and sometimes I still don't even hit the block. It's quite bad sometimes. I wish I wasn't lagging. I'll look into it and see what's causing this lag, but it hasn't really let off. And it, oh no, not yet, okay. And, who's this guy? Coming, I saw him going down and I was going to aim for him, but I had to get a few shots in, but I was reloading at the same time. And I really don't get tired. I only get tired when I'm mad. But I really don't rage quit it. I get mad sometimes because in Dom, if one team just holds the middle, they don't even have to be that good. If they just hold the spawn points and have all these abilities, it could be an LMG with damage, and each time you round that corner to go get some points and kills, you die. Which is, in a way, dumb, so disappointing, because if some people just control the middle, and you're done for. He moved in too early, and he's dead. He's dead now. But, as I said, I really use the game mechanics. Because people don't know the range, people don't know the damage, people don't know much. Now all it is, as much as I do. Of course there are some who do much better than me, and who use it much better to their advantage. And of course there are always people who will most likely be better than me. Can't just help it. There are people who I know would kick Fofo to tiny little hole, and you can never get one kill. Never. It's just people who just play this game way too much. Oof. I'm surrounded by shotguns with dash. That's another thing. Pain comes into play along with this. Probably could die if I was concentrating and didn't have this message. Now you may not see the lag, it depends, but for me, I'm lagging quite badly now. Everything is quite delayed. It's like I'm playing in a different server or something. Which I have done a couple times actually. Played in a different server. Now at one point, people called the Los Angeles server, I think it is, are superiors. But, I mean, I went to them, less people were playing, and they were generally better, but they weren't better than some of the players I knew who go to Atlanta. And I would say Atlanta is the biggest server, but of course I haven't seen the others, so I could be mistaken. Is this guy gonna say something? Do you know who I am? Oh, maybe Millhouse. But Millhouse wouldn't kill me, but I don't know. Do you guys even know who Millhouse is? Really good shotgun player. He used to play a long time ago. lot of times who play this game. Each time I talk about like other people, I always refer to myself as the old team because most of the new team came in a long time ago. Not even quite young. I mean, sometimes I see some old people play like Kovis or Kovis, however you pronounce it. I don't know. Oof, got blocked. Denied all my dreams. Oh, lag. Why me? Can you guys see the lag? I see it quite clearly, but you may not see it. And it could also be because of this quarter. But I do love it. It's so cute. Don't you find that like pretty cool? Just add that whenever I want. Ooh, dodge north lag. And that's the other thing about pistol that I think is a bit weird. After a while you can sort of guess where the pistol shots will land. And that's where you can dodge it better than any other gun. Sniper, sort of random. You have to look at the gun to see where they're going to shoot because they don't fire automatically. Pistol and SMG also. Oh, almost hit Baka. That was bad. That was bad. Quite bad. Oh, I wasn't typing. But yeah, that's another thing. Pistol is one of these. It's because you don't even have to. You just have to look at the first and second shot and see, okay, where did that one? Where will the next bullet? I mean, you can't look at the gun, so the bullets. And the bullets are quite predictable at times. And see about that build? You can just go after this sniper because snipers are quite susceptible, especially if they don't have time. But if you have damage with that and you have speed, it's quite good. It's quite. You just have to hit 3 consecutive shots with a sniper belt to kill them. 3 consecutive shots, which in sniper land is quite hard. That person has damage. Now, she probably has a male god build. And any male god build is basically damage, speed, and something else. That's basically summing it up. Mostly dash or knife. Male god is quite a good sniper play. And people have called him for hacking, but actually, it even says it in the log. Dynamic aiming. Basically, that means if you point your cursor towards the edge of the screen, you can see a bit further. See the screen moving a bit? Yeah. And then you can see slightly further. And that's why male god sees you before he does. I bet his cursor is always up against the edge looking at people. As well as with the dynamic aiming system, you can see people before they see you. And especially in that corner, I can see that person in the corner if a person was sitting like that, but they couldn't even get close to seeing me. Because with the screen, you can see farther across than you can up and down. So that corner is like this special sweet spot. See, that's what I hate about this. So it's so random. It's so completely random. Like, you may aim at that person, well, that doesn't mean you're gonna hit him. Oof. That must have hurt. But yeah, dash is just a pretty good. Whoa, no, camo. I don't see why you would get camo with pistol, because it takes 3 shots to hit. 3 shots to hit for a person with Kevlar, 2 with. No, I mean the only reason you do it is to stay alive. Now, shotgun, I can see how it works. And maybe sniper just because of that damage. But anything other than that, no. Maybe SMG, just because you'd be a bit faster. But you have to get the jump on people when you weren't attacking the shotgun. Because if that shotgun got a flick shot, that would be bad. But as you can see, I haven't even gotten any kills, but I've stayed alive. Mostly because I haven't really ran into any people until that moment. And that's where I probably would have died if I hadn't moved out. Because he seems to know somewhat what he's doing, so. And one of that other things, I wish people would get more accounts, people would play more often. I wish the community was just generally bigger. It's quite small, quite small. Oh shoot. Oh no. But did you see that? That guy was right up close to me, right up close to me. I should have thrown a better knife, way better. But because pistol's so random, he missed every shot. Even this guy who seems to be pretty good at pistol. Got 9 kills. I mean, it's okay. I really wish I was playing with speed right now, because if you see me with shotgun, I get pretty quick with my kills. I like it that way. And look at that, I just took a full shotgun blast to the face, and it barely did nothing to me. Like, if I was playing with no armor, I would probably have been death right now. Long hit? Oh, went out of range, but even if it had a bit of range, I think he may have actually dodged it. And look at this. I've gotten full armor and Kevlar, and I only have 3 kills. Look at this. I'm doing this. Look at my health. Oh, but I can survive a sniper shot. I think SD hit me in the back, which is why it's not that. But let's have a little bit of fun. So that's what my playstyle really consists of. Just aggressive game mechanics use. And just element of surprise. Element of surprise. If you dash, you'll be very surprised. And a lot of people ask, why do the shotguns always pre-fire? Well, because shotgun range is a bit random at times, it's always better to pre-fire, because you never know when you might get hit or not. But you do not pre-fire when using dash. No, do not pre-fire when using dash. Now, I doubt you can run into your own bullets. I doubt. Maybe you can, but I don't think you can. But you do not pre-fire, because if you pre-fire and you're a long ways away, then you are going to die, because then you miss and you may auto-reload just by accident. And because you pre-fire, that guy literally has an open shot at you, because it takes a couple seconds. It takes a couple seconds for a shotgun to reload. And that is specifically the worst place I've ever seen the camo sit. But still didn't kill him when he has Kevlar. And then, oh, I didn't think he was sitting in the corner, but apparently he was. you pre-fire when you see someone aim, except if you need to aim because if you're moving along. But yeah, hopefully I'll get this lag thing fixed out and I can play with normal again. And I'm trying in this new video thing, and so far it seems to be working quite well. I mean, I haven't done any of the special stuff. The only thing I've done is the this draw thing. And it adds these cool little texts on the screen for a little bit. I find it quite cool. As well as, I wasn't going past 15 on my videos sometimes. I mean, I would like to make long videos, but I just like to keep it at 15. But now with this other video recording service, I think it'd be a bit more cool to go past 15. All I need to do is get this lag thing. Yeah, all I need to do is get this lag thing fixed out and I'm good. I mean, for me, it's like a quite big delay, I would say. 1.5 seconds away, which in gaps is quite big because you incur someone who's right at the top of your screen, like right here, just like that. And if you have a delay, they see you before they do and have a higher chance to react. That works with ping, everything. Just how it works. Also, plays a lot in the game mechanics. You may miss way more with this. And I bet it will be lagging on the videos, because usually on the videos, it's quite laggy. Hey, who's in the movie? You're mine. But yeah, Avens plays as a guest now. I don't know why. But Avens was really the creator of all these weird builds you see. Like these weird builds with silencer, camo, and pistol. Yeah, so if you ever seen the silencer, camo, range pistol build, no armor, that is an Avens build. And it's because Avens created it. All these weird camo builds, any weird build, anyway, that you wouldn't see like a regular one, he made it. Basically, whatever weird build you can think of, anything that you consider weird, Avens probably made it and thought of it first, which is why I call most of them Avens builds. Oof! Trying to fight though. Thank goodness I don't have to deal with this. No, finally, okay. Okay. My dash is really on holding up. I know I'm just moving fast hoping the lag wears off, which is probably something that won't happen. Now I think this video is coming to us an end. So next time I die, I guess we're gonna end it. But yeah, basically that sums up my playstyle. Very aggressive. Don't back down, use the game mechanics to your ability. Especially the scared people run up to them, wait for them, waste all them ammo, then they auto reload. See, like that, he was just firing, but because it was laggy, I didn't want to rush right in. But anyway, that's basically it. It's nothing fancy, because that really isn't a fast game. You just use dash, and this element is surprise. You gotta be faster than everyone else. And I'm pretty sure the more aggressive you act, the more terrified and more scared they are of you. Because fear has a lot to play with it. If fear and your hands are shaking, you're gonna miss. If fear and your hands are shaking, you're just gonna move back and forth in a circle if you press WASD. To that extent, I would consider that good. Now, please give me a thumbs up. I can't believe I'm doing this, but it actually sort of works. And, what else do we do? Oh yeah, headshot just because I do, even though I don't think I got one. And I'll try and fix out this thing of lag. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's it.